Hi, I'm Donna McKechnie, and I will be coming to New Jersey, Milburn, New Jersey, at the Paper Mill Playhouse, and I'm part of the cast of this wonderful new musical called Halftime. So please come see us.
Meanwhile, back at the insurance company, the 19th floor is getting ready for its annual Christmas party, headed by this year's entertainment committee. Miss Polanski of Accounts Receivable.
Okay. I see it every Thanksgiving. So yeah, I remember this very well because the music was, the tempo was really fast because the floor was like ice. So we were dying to hold, we couldn't get into the floor, so we were dying, we're all like big eyes looking at each other and holding on with our toes for dear life because it got really fast in the middle section. And we'd take off and yeah, we were just, I mean, it's a testament to our performances that we were so together that we were able to do it. Well, the first time that we did this number, it was with 3 of the secretaries, and they weren't dancers. I was the only one. And we did it on top of 3 desks that were pushed together as if we choreographed it in our living room. And the first night in Boston, it was like springtime for Hitler with the audience. They just, I mean, their jaws dropped because it was so bad. But this is what I loved about going out of town in those days. And Michael Bennett was in the back of the theater going, "Oh my God, give me another chance. I can fix this. I can fix this." And he and Bob Avian went to the hotel that night in front of that little, you know, mirror on the back of the closet, and they did a whole new number. They did this number. It's wonderful choreography. I remember when we did this, when I went over to London to open the show. The English audiences at that time had never seen anything like this American Broadway dance. I mean, especially Michael Bennett's work was in this piece was really breaking ground because he really started doing that seamless thing, you know, the musical interludes, and all of this was justifiable. The reason the first number that he didn't work is he was being almost too authentic, too truthful, too real. So he had to, you know, he learned, and you know, good for them, David Merrick, that they allowed him to do it. Anyway, I could go on and on and on, but it was, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do this anymore, I'll tell you.
Romantics who have come to audition for the chance to do what they live to do. Go out on that stage and light up the sky.
That was the year of a chorus line, and that was our home. We had moved up from the Joe Papp's Public Theater, the Newman Theater, to the Schubert, and this is the only opening night that I wasn't nervous, because we had been so celebrated, and we all loved, we'd worked months and months on the show, so we were very proud of it. And to move a show after it had a great success downtown to the Schubert, the opening night was like a celebration of the cast and the audience because they'd seen it already a few times. It was a wonderful celebration of the theater. People who love to go to the theater, people in the theater, people were inspired by the show. I'll never forget it when I was called up on stage to receive the Tony. I sort of, well, first of all, I never expected it because I just didn't, but I thought if in case it happens, I will have to have something to say, and I got it inspired by, I looked in the wings and I saw my castmates in their finale costumes with their hats, and I just, also, you know, there's a strong emotional feeling for me because my father had just died and he never saw it on Broadway. So my mother was in the audience. So I remember walking up the steps and saying, just whatever you do, just don't fall. That was the first thing. I know a lot of actresses have said that. But I got up there and I thought, whatever you do, this may never happen again. So you just take it all in, because we could see the audience. And just allow yourself to have this with all the grief that I felt. I wanted to give that to myself, and I was so honored to receive this award. So, and for the show, because we all worked so hard for it. And Yeah, I mean, it was one of the most joyful times. It's a perfect setup for people who've never been to an audition to see, oh, this is what it's like. And the thing that I loved about the show is it kind of, you become the judge and you pick people in the first number. And then by the end of the show, so it's in its humanity, it teaches people that you can't judge by the first, look or the first presentation. Because you don't know what people carry around in them and the things that go on in everyone's life. And I love that about the transformation that happens in the audience from the first number to the finale. Michael was very good to me. We were dancers together on Hullabaloo, but we won't even have to go into that. But I appreciated, his dancing. And we had a similar dance style, so it kind of fit. I loved what he did, and I don't know, he trusted me a lot, and the thing that was great about him was, with everyone, was that he was so collaborative. And I could go in a room with him and work on a dance, and we didn't have to speak, and he would start dancing, and I would it's like finishing a sentence for someone. So that was a great, creative, organic way to work. This is where everyone is going, okay, am I in or am I out? And when in a long run of this show, the first thing that would always go, that would kind of dissipate, is the nervous tension that every dancer has in their stomach at an audition. Because any second he could, so when people know they have a job 8 times a week, they have to show 8 times a week they have a job, they kind of go, casual. That's the first thing, and we discovered that. So we had to, Michael would come back and say, I got to see that tension, and that's so this is there was a lot of tension there. But it's really good. Really good. The thing I respect about Michael's work, in this show especially, there was not one dead moment. There was not one moment that you could just, it was like to the bone, it was really, really, he allowed himself the time to really find it that way. I mean, he really didn't settle. Thank you for watching that. Please come see us at the Paper Mill Playhouse, Millburn, New Jersey, halftime. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great dancing and great music. What else can I say?